The factors involved in all these relationships are called variables. We call them variables because there are things that vary. Quick examples of variables include gender, which would vary between male, female, transgender, and perhaps other, and income, which would vary by each dollar increase. Pet companionship might vary between yes and no, or by type of pet, cat, dog, bunny rabbit, or none at all. Time spent studying each day could vary by the number of minutes or hours reported. If we are able to understand how the relationship between variables works, we are better able to spot people at risk or provide services that will be helpful. There are three basic types of variables we'll see in research study. Let's consider the previously mentioned hypothesis that in general, women have lower incomes than men. In this case, we are suggesting that people's gender has an impact on their income. Income is a dependent variable. Income depends on gender. While income is the dependent variable, in this example, gender is the independent variable. Gender is independent of income, or said in another way, a person's income does not impact their gender. And then there are third variables, which are variables that may influence the stated relationship, but they are not the variables of focus. Sometimes third variables may be confounding variables that we didn't know about or plan ahead for. Or they may be extraneous variables that we are aware of having an influence, but they aren't really a direct part of the stated relationship that we're interested in. Third variables are most important when they interfere with the relationship between our independent and dependent variables. An example might be that the hypothesis about gender influencing income is correct, but only when the people are white or Asian. We'll talk more about this type of variable when we discuss causal relationships later. For now, let's practice a little bit more with the independent versus dependent variable concepts. Our hypothesis is that people who live with dogs are equally happy to those who reside with cats. What is the dependent variable in this case? Happiness. What is the independent variable? Type of pet. Hypothesis is that students who study for their research class at least 30 minutes every day get better exam grades than those who study for 4 hours on one day. What is the independent variable? The time spent studying. What is the dependent variable? Exam grades. The hypothesis is TANF recipients who complete a work training program are more likely to find employment than those who don't complete the training. What is the dependent variable? Employment. What is the independent variable? Completion of training. You can keep practicing with these ideas about hypotheses and types of variables in other learning exercises in this unit.
Created using Powtoon.